What you need to know about carbs. What are these carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are the main source of energy for the body. They are the sugars, starches, and dietary fibers that occur in plant foods and dairy products. Carbohydrates are mainly found in plant foods. They also occur in dietary products in the form of milk sugar called lactose. Foods high in carbohydrates include bread, pasta, beans, potatoes, rice, and cereals. Carbohydrates play several roles in living organisms, including providing energy. Byproducts of carbohydrates are involved in the immune system, the development of disease, blood clotting, and reproduction. This article looks at types of carbohydrates, nutrition, and their effects on health. What are these carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are also known as saccharides or carbs, provide energy for the body. Each gram of carbohydrate provides 4 calories. The body breaks carbohydrates down into glucose, which is the primary energy source for the brains and muscles. Carbohydrates are one of 3 macronutrients, which are nutrients that the body needs in larger amounts. The other macronutrients are proteins and fats. Proteins provide 4 calories per gram and fats provide 9 calories per gram. Nutrition. It's generally recommended that people consume between 45 to 65% of their total calories in the form of carbohydrates per day. However, carbohydrate needs depend on many factors including body size, activity levels, and blood sugar control. The Food and Drug Administration recommends that people get 275 grams of carbohydrates each day in a 2000 calorie diet. Carbohydrates in foods occur in various forms. Dietary fiber, a type of carbohydrate that the body cannot easily digest. It occurs naturally in fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, and whole grains. Total sugars, which include sugars that occur naturally in foods, such as dairy products, as well as added sugars, which are common in baked goods, sweets, and desserts. The body very easily digests and absorbs sugars. Sugar alcohols, a type of carbohydrate that the body does not fully absorb. They have a sweet taste and fewer calories than sugar. Sugar alcohols are added to foods as reduced calorie sweeteners such as in chewing gum, baked goods, and sweets. Dietary fiber helps promote regular bowel movements, lowers the blood sugar and cholesterol, and may have reduced a person's calorie intake. What is the chemistry of this carbohydrates? Carbohydrates have all majorly contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. Two basic compounds make up of carbohydrates are the aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes are double bonded carbon and oxygen atoms plus a hydrogen atom. Ketones, which are double bonded carbon oxygen atoms plus 2 additional carbon atoms. Chemistry include the monosaccharide structure and the disaccharide structure. Monosaccharide include the single unit of sugar and disaccharide contain 2 sugar units. Polysaccharides contain chains of many sugars, including glycogen, starches, and cellulose as the main types. Simple and complex carbohydrates. Monosaccharides and disaccharides are simple carbohydrates and polysaccharides are the complex ones. Should I try a high or low carb diet? In a typical diet, carbohydrates are the main energy source for the body. The body uses them as fuel for the cells. Many people have turned to low carb diets such as the keto diet for their potential health benefits and weight loss. Added sugars are a type of carbohydrate that can have adverse health effects. Eating large amounts of foods that contain added sugars can contribute to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. When making dietary changes, it is important to aim for a healthful diet that contains the range of nutrients that the body needs. Carbohydrates and obesity. Some argue that the global rise in obesity is linked to a high intake of carbs. However, a number of factors contribute to rising obesity rates. Lower physical activity levels, greater availability of ultra-processed food or junk food, a lack of access to affordable fresh produce, oversized portions which increase a person's calorie intake, fewer hours of sleep, genetic factors, stress, and emotional factors. What about diet foods? Many manufacturers promote low-carb diets to sell weight loss products including nutritional bars and powders. These products are not often helpful as many contain colorings, artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, and other additives and are typically low in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, making them similar to junk food. Can carbohydrates lead to diabetes? After a meal, the body breaks carbohydrates down into glucose, causing blood sugar levels to increase. This causes the pancreas to produce insulin, a hormone that allows the body's cells to use this sugar for energy or storage. Over time, repeated spikes in blood sugar levels can damage the cells that make insulin, wearing them out. Eventually, the body may stop producing insulin or may not be able to use it properly. This is known as insulin resistance. Eating carbohydrates or sugars alone doesn't cause diabetes. Carbohydrates are an important source of nutrients in most diets. However, people are more likely to have insulin resistance and develop type 2 diabetes if they have overweight or obesity, which can be linked with a diet high in sugar.